Why do I like sarcasm so much? Because it's a way that you can break so many taboos. It just makes people to look beyond what's the obvious. They need to understand that sarcasm and criticism, it's not a tool to bring things down, it's a tool to build. My name is Bاسم Yusuf. I used to be a cardiac surgeon, turned into media, and now I do a political satire show called البرنامج, or The Show, in Cairo, Egypt. What inspired me to do the shows were actually the discrepancy between what we saw on TV and what we saw on the ground. Because I went to حريه, I was one of the doctors that helped to care for the wounded, and I would go back home and I see a totally different reality. And instead of just being angry about it, the best way to deal with it is just to make fun of it. When I started in YouTube, it was just me writing. When we went to TV, we had a bigger research team. So when you have more exposure, your research has to be much more powerful.
We don't have real media covering what's going on in Egypt. That made him famous, made him a hero for a lot of Egyptians who wanted to see change in Egypt. Over the last year, when Mohamed Morsi, a former president, was in power, he was maybe the most critical. And a lot of people think that he single-handedly made sure that Morsi is exposed in front of the people by examining his record, by showing the contradiction between the things he said during the campaign to be president and then later on what he did on the ground.
And at a time when Mohamed Morsi, who pressed more charges against journalists than the history of Egypt, Bاسم Yusuf kept going. And every week we would say, that's it, he can't take things any further. But then the following week, he comes back at him again, so much stronger, like, whatever you do, I'm not backing off.
Eventually, President Morsi and his supporters were fed up with him, and they started a legal action against him. And he got into a 6-hour investigation with the public prosecutor.
He was actually repeating every joke that I said and said, what did you mean with this? What did you mean by telling this joke? And we were actually reading the script and watching the videos, and people were laughing. So it was funny. It was quite funny. What did you mean with this joke? Okay, I meant that you... Did you mean them to insult the president? Not at all, no. I wouldn't dream of it. Now the people who was against me going to the general prosecutor are very happy to send me again to the general prosecutor because I don't say the things that they like right now. The thing is, I don't have a side. I think I'm an enemy to anybody who's an extreme.